Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Parallax Abstraction, and welcome to another episode of Retro Flashback, showcasing gaming's roots for a new generation. Today we're going to be taking a look at one of my favorite Atari arcade games, and probably in my top 5 to 10 arcade games of all time, actually. We are going to be taking a look at Paperboy. And wow, this was a really neat title. It has a rather large amount of mechanics and things to watch for in it, and it's very different and very unique. There was really nothing else quite like this that was out back in the day. This came out at the time on just about anything that had a screen. It was on a lot of different systems. I played this on, I believe, the NES and the Commodore 64 and probably something else as well, but this is the original game. So this is the actual arcade title that started it all. And we are looking at it on the Xbox 360. This was a very early Xbox Live Arcade title. I don't believe it was a launch title, but it was pretty late. Unfortunately, you can't get this anymore because, like a lot of other Midway titles, when Midway went belly up, all this stuff got delisted. And for whatever reason, Warner Brothers, who bought almost everything that was Midway, have not put them back out yet. I actually did just recently pick up a cheap copy of Midway Arcade Origins, which is the retail Midway Games collection that came out for the 360 and the PS3 recently. And actually a lot of these delisted Xbox Live Arcade games are in that pack, but not this one, which is really, really strange. I have no idea why. I would say this is one of the biggest Midway classics out there, but who knows? I don't know, rights issues or something, I don't know. Anyway, so let's get this sucker rolling here. Alright. So, this game has, well, there's 3 levels in it, obviously. We're going to do Easy Street because even Easy Street's bloody hard. So you're going to see what you got here. So you've got your customers and your non-customers, and your primary goal is to deliver the paper, but, well, welcome to quite possibly the most dysfunctional neighborhood in the universe, and you'll see why as we get going here. So, very easy to tell where your papers have to go. It's any house that is colorful. So, you have 2 options. You can either deliver it to their doorstep, which gives you 100 points, or if you can get the extra timing and land it in their mailbox, that gives you a bigger score. So, this is a score attack game like most arcade games, so that's what you want to try to do. You can try multiple times, as you can see, but you have a limited number of papers. The papers do replenish as you go through the level. There's a stack right there. Now, here's the tricky part. Well, we'll get to this, what I just did here in a second. So this is a non-customer, obviously, because their house is black and evil. So, if you don't get a paper delivered to a customer, then they will cancel their subscription. It's one strike and you're out in this neighborhood. These people don't screw around. So you obviously can't lose all your customers, or that's game over, in addition to losing all your lives. But the way you can use non-customers to your advantage is, well, you vandalize their homes. This is what you get for not subscribing to my paper racket. I will mess your stuff up. And yeah, I don't know. It's weird as hell. You know, I had a paper route for a lot of years when I was a kid. Woodruff Avenue represent. But yeah, that I didn't get to do this to my non-customers, and I don't think this is how you'd win customers over. So I don't know. What do I know? And as you can see here, there are a number of different hazards in the world, like guys breakdancing on the sidewalk, because sure, cars coming at you. Man, I am not doing well at this. There's all kinds of other hazards, like you see that lawnmower there, how it was just sitting there this time. In future levels, it won't actually be sitting there. And that's what's kind of cool about this game, is a lot of what can become a problem for you later, you will see coming. Oh man, including these people driving in crazy, like, 1940s cars. So the only way you actually can get more subscribers in this game, as far as I know, is by actually having a perfect day. So basically doing all your deliveries successfully, which I have done. Not doing it now because I'm not that good at this. There we go. So there's 2 more hazards there. Those kids will eventually come out at me on future days. So your goal is to get through is to get through as many days as you can. Ideally to complete a week on a given street, which I also have done, but it's tricky, to be sure. There we go. But you see, it's all about timing here. But this is what I love about this game so much, is that they're... Hey, dude, what's going on? You know, I'm just gonna say, breaking into somebody's house broad daylight, maybe not ideal. I'm just gonna lay that out there. You may not want to, you know, nighttime and such. But this is what I love. Like, look at this. Why is there a graveyard in this dude's house? Or on his front yard? Why would... Like... Now there's 2 dudes fighting in this driveway. Like, why would you be allowed to have a graveyard on your property? And why would you reward someone for knocking graves over? That's horrible. It's the weirdest friggin' thing. Like I said, this is a neighborhood of utter dysfunction. And then once you get to the end of your street, you get to do this. Because, why not? There's a training course. Very convenient that you live in a neighborhood where, you know, the training facility is right at the end of your route. I mean, that's advantageous, right? So I screwed it up there, so I didn't get any bonus. But if you can get to the end of the training route... And I lost these 2. If you can get to the end of the training ground, you get crazy bonus points. You get bonus points for all the obstacles you go over. And you saw there that there was a ticking timer that you will get rewarded when you get to the end of the course. The training course actually isn't that hard, especially if you take your time, but, you know, as usual, commentating over things makes me way worse at them. Attack dog. So you'll see there's all sorts of hazards like that. There's also fences that I can hit. Thankfully, you are not on a timer in this level, so you can take your time, though there are hazards that will... in later days that will start coming up behind you if you don't move quickly. Well, we got the road work here. Take that, pavement. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, this is what's really cool about this game, is there's so many different things to watch out for, and there's so many different things like those little jumps. Those little jumps give bonus points. And they're completely optional. You can do just fine avoiding that. And this is a game that doesn't... It will eventually demand that you pace yourself up a little bit, but it's not a manic game. You can... The majority of what's in this game is optional, so you can really take your time, ride really slow, and try to get the precise deliveries if you want. If you want to... Oops. If you want to, you know, speed things up and break a lot of windows and try to hit... see, there's one of the rushing objectives. Nuts. So if you wanna rush and still trying, dude, you might want to move on to another place or open another window or something. I don't know. I think you can actually hit that burglar too. So you see, there's those little jumps there and all these other things. So if you wanna go for all that stuff and really get some extra bonus early on, you can absolutely do that. If you would rather take your time and try to get your perfect deliveries and pick up some more subscribers, you can do that too. There are a number of different ways to succeed in this game, which is what's really cool. So many arcade games are just all about, you know, here's the sort of one... There we go. Oh, what? I missed that by about a micron. I call that a win. Screw you, game. Not doing so hot here. And that's what I really like about this, is that there are a lot of ways to succeed. So many games want you to just do things one specific way and sort of min-max that one way. But oops, sewer. But this game encourages you to do things a lot of different ways. This was an arcade game that actually had a lot of replayability. You know, you could try to play it being the best Paperboy, you could try to do it doing the most stunts, doing the most side stuff, you know, breaking the most windows of your evil non-customers, because, you know, this is totally the way capitalism works. Someone doesn't pay their toll and they get their stuff wrecked. This is, you know, this is what you get. You should want to be informed. You should want the news. So we got these little things. Oh god. Oh god. So as you can see, things in this game ramp up very, very fast, and this is the easy level. There's a medium and a medium and a hard road in this, and accused him. He was a real loser. Yeah, well, and yeah, this game will definitely kick your ass if you give it the opportunity. But I think it's really, really cool in so many ways, and you see, it rewards you for the higher tiers, so it will reward you for trying it out. So what the heck? Let's try the middle out here. But this was a game that had a surprising amount of depth when it first came out. Got some wackadoo houses here, and I started that off on a great foot. So it's very, very cool, and it was a really neat concept, and I'm really surprised there hasn't been more to this game, or more games that did this type of thing. It was, even from Midway, this was a fairly unique title. The level of mechanical depth and system depth in this game didn't exist in a lot of other Midway titles, and you know, a lot of those games were very good. Oops, sorry about your bird bath there, dude. All right. But this did something very different. It did a number of things very different. Oops, not so much with that thing there. And I really appreciate what this game did. You can put a lot of hours into this. What happens when you knock that over, I wonder? Oh, jeez. Drag racing hearses here. I don't know. Yeah, you can put so much time into this game if you want, doing it a lot of different ways, and I think that's really, really cool. And I do wish that we'd seen more games that tried to do this level of variety. I think it's very cool. And well, it paints an interesting idea of this friggin' like bizarro world neighborhood where, yeah, people have gravestones in their yards, and the Paperboy wrecks your house, and people break into houses in the middle of the day, and there are killer bees and sentient tires, and I don't even know. This is a whacked up neighborhood. But it's a really cool game. There are, like I said, it came out on just about every platform under the sun back in the day. Sadly, I'm not sure the best way to play this right now, because yeah, if you can't get it on Xbox Live Arcade anymore. It did have multiplayer on Xbox Live Arcade too, but obviously nobody's playing it anymore. It had a co-op mode and a versus mode, which I'd love to be able to show you, but sadly, not so much. I don't know anyone who owns this. So, like the other delisted Xbox Live Arcade titles, if you do own the title already, you can still re-download it. You just can't buy it new anymore, which is unfortunate. And yeah, this was not included in Midway Arcade Origins, which is a real miss. I really wish they had done that. But if you can find it, there are, like I said, there are a lot of different platforms it was on. There are probably collections out there for other platforms. I haven't really looked into it, but there probably are collections out there for other platforms that do have this in it. And I think it's really, really fun, and definitely one of the biggest gems of Midway's past lineup. They put out a lot of good games, and this one was very unique, and it was very, very different at the time, and even, you know, the better part of 30-some years later, there's still nothing really quite like it that I've seen out there. My name has been Parallax Abstraction. Thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you next time.